tragedies are going to come after her, Takik said, with an amused rumble. No, I don't, Kallik growled, digging her claws into the snow. That's not why I'm scared. Ha! You are scared, I knew it. Nisa nudged Kallik gently with her muzzle. Why are you frightened, little one? You've heard the legend of the Great Bear many times before. I know, Kallik said. It's just... It reminds me that soon Snow Sky will be over, and the snow and ice will all melt away. And then we won't be able to hunt anymore, and we'll be hungry all the time. Right? Isn't that what happens during Burn Sky? Kallik's mother sighed, her massive shoulders shifting under her snow-white pelt. Oh, my little star, she murmured. I didn't mean to worry you. She touched her black nose to Kallik's. You haven't lived through a Burn Sky yet, Kallik. It's not as terrible as it sounds. We'll find a way to survive, even if it means eating berries and grass for a little while. What is berries and grass? Kallik asked. Takik wrinkled his muzzle. Does it taste as good as seals? No, Nisa said. But berries and grass will keep you alive, which is the important thing. I'll show them to you when we reach land. She fell silent. For a few heartbeats, all Kallik could hear was the thin wail of the wind battering at the snowy walls. She pressed closer to her mother, feeling the warmth radiating from her skin. Are you sad? She whispered. Nisa touched Kallik with her muzzle again. Don't be afraid, she said, a note of determination in her voice. Remember the story of the Great Bear. No matter what happens, the ice will always return, and all the bears gather on the edge of the sea to meet it. Sillaluk will always get back on her paws. She's a survivor. And so are we. I can survive anything, Takik boasted, puffing up his fur. I'll fight a walrus. I'll swim across an ocean. I'll battle all the white bears we meet. I'm sure you will, dear, but why don't you start by going to sleep? Nisa suggested. As Takik circled and scuffled in the snow beside her, making himself comfortable, Kallik rested her chin on her mother's back and closed her eyes. Her mother was right. She didn't need to be afraid. As long as she was with her family, she'd always be safe and warm, like she was right now in their den. Kallik woke to an eerie silence. Faint light filtered through the walls, casting pale blue and pink shadows on her mother and brother as they slept. At first she thought her ears must be full of snow, but when she shook her head, Nisa grunted in her sleep, and Kallik realized that it was quiet because the storm had finally passed. Hey, she said, poking her brother with her nose. Hey, Takik, wake up. The storm has stopped. Takik lifted his head with a bleary expression. The fur on one side of his muzzle was flattened, making him look lopsided. Kallik barked with laughter. Come on, you big lazy seal, she said. Let's go play outside. All right, Takik said, scrambling to his paws. Not without me watching you, their mother muttered with her eyes still closed. Kallik jumped. She'd thought Nisa was asleep. We won't go far, Kallik promised. We'll stay right next to the den. Please, can we go outside? Nisa huffed, and the fur on her back quivered like a breeze was passing over it. Let's all go out, she said. She pushed herself to her massive paws and turned around carefully in the small space, bundling her cubs to one side. Sniffing cautiously, she nosed her way down the entrance tunnel, brushing away snow that the storm had piled up. Kallik could see tension in her mother's hindquarters. I don't know why she's so careful, she whispered to her brother. Aren't white bears the biggest, scariest animals on the ice? Nothing would dare attack us. Except maybe a bigger white bear, seal brain, Takik retorted. Maybe you haven't noticed how little you are. Kallik bristled. I may not be as big as you, she growled, but I'm just as fierce. Let's find out, Takik challenged as their mother finally padded out of the tunnel. He sprinted after her, sliding down the slope of the tunnel and scrambling out into the snow. Kallik leaped to her paws and chased him. A clump of snow fell on her muzzle on her way out of the tunnel, and she shook her head vigorously to get it off. The fresh, cold air tingled in her nostrils, full of the scent of fish and ice and faraway clouds. Kallik felt the last of her sleepiness melt away. The ice was where she belonged, not underground, buried alive. She batted a chunk of snow at Takik, who dodged away with a yelp. He chased her in a circle until she dove into the fresh snow, digging up